We are live. All right. Welcome, everyone, to tonight's roundtable presentation covering the Keyz Jenkins case. The devil is in the details. Welcome. We got some people up in the house. I want to warm the room up real good. Give a shout out to the folks that are supporting the roundtable project. Much love to Miss Double Rainbows holding it down in blue tonight. Thank you. Lisa McIntosh is in the house. Hello. Queen B, that's me, is in the house. Cold Pepsi's in the house. All right, holding it down. Lisa Love is in the house. Miss D Walsh is in the house. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Storm the Rider, the Riker Rider is in the house. People coming in left and right here. All right, cool. Good to see everybody. I hope that you were able to capture this afternoon's live on Miss 54 Keyz' channel covering session 2. Very important live we did. Mr. Boss Blake's channel. We had a great time, collaborating, putting our minds and thoughts together. I'm sure that if you were there, you definitely had your mind going too. That's what it's all about, coming together, collaborating, covering the Keyz Jenkins case. It's our first time looking at different aspects of it, and it was just great to see a lot of people show up and turn out this afternoon. Well over 250 people showed up, which is good. Good support. And tonight we're going to be going over session 3. G Money is in the house. Spiritual Warrior, welcome. Thank you for being here. Carol Smith is in the house. Humongous, my man is in the house. Humongous. All right. Thank you for being here. We're just going to get to the business tonight. Miss Sherry is in the house. Shia B is in the house. Let's get it. That's it. Kimberly Wilkes is in the house. Molly 13 is in the house. Kiska Sweetie Belle is in the house. We got Miss Chloe Overa in the house, listening in. Thank you for being here. All right. AAP 512 is in the house. LB Risha 87 is in the house. Miss Yvonne Addison is in the house. Angie Spurlock is in the house. Y'all coming out of nowhere. Mela Thomas is in the house. Oh, yeah. We're about to get busy. Busy. We're riding hard. All right. Let me just see if I missed anybody coming in the doorway. Because I got 1, 2, 3 devices active. So, y'all ready to get to work? Because we're going to put it out there tonight. Miss Queen Karma is in the house. Fire Mama 411 is in the house. Welcome. Latoya Slater is in the house. Baby Girl AD12 is in the house. All right, greetings. Yes, definitely. Good to have kindred spirits here tonight in reference to riding together. So you know what we're going to do because it's that time. Let's get ready to go to the round table. All right. We are at the round table tonight. I want to thank everyone who is, hey, Team 54, welcome. And we got definitely the Bossman Blake team up in the house tonight, as well as the John Q team out here tonight supporting us, supporting our efforts in covering some very critical elements in the Kanika Jenkins case, revisiting the case and taking a look at it from a different perspective and coming across things that, we had our heads shaken going over here, and I said, okay, we can do something with this, and so we have. In session one, which took place on Miss 54 Keyz' channel, we covered a lot of information to get the roundtable kicked off. And much love was sent out to Miss 54 Keyz for going live. And it was great to see that. And the turnout was magnificent. And thank you all for showing up to that first roundtable. The second roundtable on Mr. Boss Blake's channel, magnificent turnout. Once again, for the folks just learning about the roundtable and our special collaboration on covering a lot of the important elements of the Kanika Jenkins case. Tonight in session 3, we're going to get to the paperwork because the devil is in the details. You know what we're talking about, too. Good to see you all here. We're going to get right to it. I am very happy and privileged to bring up one of the content creators who came up with the idea of the roundtable. She has had a magnificent case review portfolio on the Kanika Jenkins case since she covered it. Brought to you highlights like no other, and has dedicated her time and a lot of her service to bringing in and tying the details down. And, for her to have come up with this idea about having a roundtable, having content creators, and folks who support us having a panel like this was an idea that blew me away. I said, we got to do it. And Boss Blake dittoed that. And he said, yeah, we got to do it. And I said, okay, well, when are we going to do it? So we're getting it done. And so with that said, I want to bring up a very special lady, very important in covering the aspects of this case. The one and only, legendary, as Mr. Boss Blake puts it, Miss 54 Keyz.
Hey, what's going on, my good people? We in here. Yeah, we back. We still riding. We riding. And we got some things to show y'all.
And you
We
were
had a
busy this afternoon.
yeah, I've been busy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been busy. It's
I
a lot,
understand.
but
Yeah, I understand you gave a good recap of session 2 on your
yeah,
channel this afternoon.
yes. For those who didn't see it, um, I felt like that would be a good way to introduce session 3. And
Great.
I think we did a really good job. It was very detailed, nothing but love. Every time we come together, this is what I'm talking about. This the hashtag safe zone,
That's right.
you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, no, it was good to see that you had a major turnout this afternoon for that recap to bring people up to speed, get
Right.
them where we are with the roundtable to get us to this point. So, much love to everyone that supported that afternoon's live roundtable session.
Yes, I appreciate it. We just needed to make sure, people are seeing what we putting out, so we can break down the details. Again, the devil is in the details.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Much love to everybody. Got G Money in the house. My goodness. We got
Yeah,
people
I see
coming
him.
in here.
Marley in here. Cold Pepsi. I knew she was gonna be rapping. We got Storm in here. Okay. Hashtag safe zone. Exactly. It's nothing but love, man. Good energy. That's all we need.
Absolutely. All right. Tonight, it's going to be a little bit different. I would bring up my brother, Mr. Boss Blakeman, but he had a unexpected emergency and had to take care of some serious business, and so we said we understand.
Absolutely.
We're here. He may eventually pop up if he can, but
Right.
it's just going to be Miss 54 Keys, John Q, and maybe we have a surprise for you. We might
Yeah.
have a surprise for
Yeah, we're
you.
gonna switch it up a little bit,
Yeah, we're gonna
We
get
got
get
room, we got
get
room.
get the juices flowing here. Definitely. But yes,
Yeah,
so much love to Mr. Boss Blake,
absolutely.
covering magnificent work on his channel as well. And so I think we stated in session 2 that we were going to pick up where we left off.
Right.
Okay, that was here
The lobby
in
with
the
Miss
lobby
Teresa.
with
Absolutely.
Miss Teresa.
When she got up there looking for her daughter. This is where we left off.
Absolutely. So here we see her interacting with hotel management, trying to locate her daughter, trying to talk to someone
Mhm.
about getting a hold of the security cameras so that they can review those cameras to locate her daughter.
Yeah, I mean, and you have to understand what we're looking at. I again, I know we all have different opinions, but what I see is a mother up there looking for her daughter,
Mhm.
and no one's helping her. It's like everybody's like staying the distance. And I'm sure they know what's going on. I'm sure of it. But she's up there looking for answers.
By herself. And we know that none of the girls came back with her. No
None of
one
them.
has come back with her
Not a
from that
one.
party.
Not a one. And look at him. Not a one. Didn't nobody
Yeah.
come back.
That's Resco going into the office with the black jacket.
Mhm.
He
I wonder
probably
what time
received
he
a
came up out of there.
Yeah, he probably received a radio call to say, "Could you come to the front desk, please? There's someone here looking for their daughter."
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You can't tell me that they didn't know what she was there for.
Right.
And that guy right there, he just kind of stood there the whole time. I was thinking he was some type of manager, but I mean, he's not even interacting with her. That's a problem.
And you have to think of it, if Kanika was your daughter and you had this situation befall upon you and you had to go to a
Mhm.
hotel, go to the front desk and ask, who's in charge? Where's management? I need to find my daughter. She was here at a party last night and didn't come home.
Right. That's all she had. That's what they told her. And y'all remember she was like, "Them girls won't tell the truth." She knew it. She knew they was lying. So she's up there getting answers. I would have too. I think the only difference between me and her is I would have brought them little girls back with me.
Yeah, absolutely. If not all three, at least one of them, so they can point out who'd you talk to, did-
Absolutely.
et cetera, et cetera.
And so you have to understand the fact that she went alone. I mean, she's up there looking for her daughter. If I had no other choice, I would have went alone too. If I had no other choice. But she's up there. And I just it just blows my mind when I look at this because it's like nobody's I mean, they're not taking her serious. That's what it looks like to me.
That's what it looks like to me too. Yeah. And to find people just so isolated, even though there are like two people right now in the lobby. Now here comes the Resco,
Yeah.
you know, and he's just walking around like,
You know what I mean? And oh man, yeah, this bothers me. Because again, we got a mother up there not knowing where her daughter is at. And I know we got some ladies in the chat with kids. Can you imagine? Mm, Mm-mm. I don't know. I don't know about this.
Yeah.
To me, she was strong to do this, you know? This right here takes strength.
Yeah, because right now she's like figuring out, okay, who do I call? She's probably text messaging
Right,
someone to let them know where she is. Who's to say if she's trying to text someone, uh, one of the girls,
right.
to try to find out who they talk to at the desk so that she
Mhm.
can talk to that same person at the desk.
Right. And she can't I mean, again, she came back with no one. Them girls didn't come back with her,
Yeah.
you
Now we
know, and
also
she's just kind of drifting off. And then this lady right here pops up.
yes,
Her. Watch her.
Miss Pajama Pants.
Yeah, because you know we went back and forth about this in the background. But
Yes,
this
we
lady
did.
right here in the pajama pants. So you see Miss Teresa walk up to that guy. Look, this lady right here, she ear hustling.
Yeah.
And it's like, for what? Who is this? Yeah. Oh, yeah. She ear hustling for sure.
Walking around her.
Right. Watch her.
Yeah, this is interesting. Almost like right now she doesn't want to be noticed because
Right.
Teresa's talking with the to the guy in the white shirt and black
Mm-hmm.
trousers. We would consider, day management,
Right.
standing in the hallway.
She stood back, you know?
Yep. Hmm.
But I'm just, I mean, like I said, she ear hustling. She's watching. Watch her.
Almost like she didn't want to engage Teresa at this particular time.
No.
Now
Not while she
Teresa,
was talking to that guy.
right now she's going back to the desk. You'd have to talk to management about the security cameras. Uh, I do not have authorization to show you anything, and this, that, and the other thing. And
Double
Resco
brain.
was in, yeah, Resco was in that office, and he's definitely getting the 411 on
Right.
why this woman is
And
at
she's
the front
moving closer. Look at her. Look. She
now.
walked up on Miss Teresa.
Yeah. Hmm.
Double Rainbows wanted to know what was ear hustling. It's like eavesdropping. I wonder what she said to Miss Teresa. Then she steps back. Look at Resco and them, all them in the background.
And
And there goes security. Yeah.
did you see that?
Pause it. Wait a minute. Yeah, it was
Yeah, did
that.
you see that? Yeah,
That.
we gotta flip that back just a
Yeah.
pinch, just a
Yeah. Run
pinch.
it back. Run it back. Mm, mm.
And that's the person she really needed to talk with because that's the person anyone would have wanted to have a conversation with is security.
It's security. And like I said, it's like they're not taking her serious. And the one person that she should have been speaking to, we gonna see him run up, but the one person she should be speaking to, he didn't even say nothing to her. But we got this random ass lady in the video. Okay,
Boom.
there you go.
He bringing his breakfast in. 6:54, 21. He goes right to the office.
Mm. Yeah, this was, and like I said, we got this random lady up here approaching Miss Teresa.
Right.
You know, and I really want to know what the conversation was. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what exactly was you saying to her? Because like I said, it's like she approached Miss Teresa. So I was wondering, like, was you sent for her? Did you only come to the lobby for Miss Teresa? Like, what is this all about right here? Or was it that she just walked up and was ear hustling?
Yeah, that's what it appeared like to me.
Mm-hmm.
Just coming out of nowhere and then stepping in, and now she's at the front desk. also continuing to listen in on the conversation.
Right.
And I said, okay, well,
She being real nosy right now.
yeah,
Hey, Dar. Yeah,
most
she being real nosy right now.
yeah, definitely. Most employees would have badges on to identify who they are,
Right.
whether she is or not. But, from this distance, it's almost like a big question mark. Who the hell is this woman?
Right. And at one point, y'all won't believe this. We was behind the scenes going back and forth about this. So I was like, we need to track her. And we did. We did.
Yep.
We did, you know. But this is the part where remember Miss Teresa said a lady took her to the 11th floor.
Right. Right. And on this video surveillance footage, you know, it appears as though that this woman is the woman that
Look at
she left
security.
with.
Yeah, look at security. Security went downstairs and Miss Teresa walked away with this lady right here. She
Mhm.
needed to be speaking with security. But yeah, you can, yeah, go ahead. And you can go ahead. This makes me mad. I
Yeah.
don't like that. She got a drink in her hand, pajama pants on.
No ID that I could see, no name tag that I could see,
See,
but
that's
she
the
shows up
thing.
out of nowhere.
I don't think she's an employee.
And Resco's standing right here watching
Look
them.
at him. Look at him. You know? That was crazy.
Yeah.
And what y'all need to know is that when she walked away with Miss Teresa, she took Miss Teresa to the 11th floor. Don't forget that.
Mhm.
And that's going to take us into the 911 call.
Correct. Because once they came back down and to no avail, no result, Teresa
Yeah.
stepped out.
Hell of a yeah, you say I don't think she's an employee either, not dressed like that. Me either.
Yeah. You wouldn't
But
think.
understand this. When we tracked her, remember John, we tracked her and she's up there with a lot of kids. She went into that the computer room in that food court hall,
Right.
but that's when they come back down. So at this point in the video, what we're watching is her walk away with Miss Teresa. She's taking Miss Teresa to the 11th floor. And I think it was what, like 4 or 5 minutes, John? No, it was 10 minutes. Wasn't it 10 minutes?
About
Where they
10
came
minutes or
down.
so, yeah.
Yep. They came
Mhm.
back down. And Miss Teresa went out the door, and that lady went to the food court hall in that computer room,
In that business center.
the
That's where
business
she went.
center. Yes.
Mhm.
She went in there. And then out of nowhere, these kids run up on her. We seen
Oh,
Resco come out of there. Mhm.
exactly. So, let me
That
just
was the thing that got me. Yeah.
just bring this up so we can give people a visual.
Right.
Just give me a moment. Welcome everyone in the chat. I thought I saw a hell of a chick come in.
I think she's definitely a guest because she's up there with a lot of kids. And we had that foot. We just didn't. Yeah, we ain't got it right now, but we watched it. We watched it yesterday. But when that lady leaves the lobby, after Miss Teresa, after her and Miss Teresa leaves, when they come back down, Miss Teresa go out the door, and that lady went to the business center, straight to the business center. She was
Correct.
in there for a minute. Remember, John, we was watching it like, what is she in there doing? Because she's not
Exactly.
sitting at the desk. She's not sitting at where you could see the camera. She hit. Well, you would have to show the map of the inside.
Yep, I'm getting there right now. Well, you know me. We give folks a good visual, so I'm gonna go ahead and screen share
Okay,
so
perfect.
that this way we have a visual of the area. Boom. And that's on the screen now.
Mm-hmm.
So here they go down from the desk here, begin their way. Teresa's out the door. This woman goes here. She cuts a right turn, and she goes right here to this particular area. This is the
Right.
business center with the computers and everything, and this
Mm-hmm.
is the office she went into right
Right.
here.
Or
boardroom.
I wonder, hey John, I wonder if she was just sitting back there, back like where they got them chairs, because that may not be seen on the footage. We just know she not right up in here. You
Yeah,
can't see her on the footage, but she goes in there.
correct. Correct. It
Mm,
gives you the impression she's up in here somewhere, whether she
yep,
might be in the boardroom or she could be sitting right here in this chair.
yep, yeah. But she back there. She was back there for a minute. And then, like I said, Resco came out. Yeah.
Yes, he did. He
I was
came
like,
right up
where he
out of
come
there.
from?
Uh-oh. Did
It,
we
it
just
makes me
see?
wonder if there's a way to get to this area from the lobby. I mean, from the front desk. I don't know.
Right. And we tried to pan through to see if we could look through some of these windows over here to see if there was anything. But the reflection is just so bold
Mm-hmm.
here from the opposite side of the wall. Couldn't see through this. It
Right.
almost looks like you see someone here, but we know
Yeah.
they have
She
these Venetian
and
blinds closed.
right. And she may have went in there,
Mhm.
but what we do know is that she's in this area until them kids come and get her. It was what, about 5, 6 little boys.
5, yeah, 5 kids. 5
Yep.
look like all boys too.
Yep. All boys. It wasn't nothing but boys. For
So,
real. They look what, about 8, 9. They were
yes,
young.
yeah, they were young.
They were young. And the thing of it is, while she was in there and then fooling around with those kids, Miss Teresa now is in the parking lot.
Right, correct. And what she's doing in the parking lot, we're about to get into right now.
911, where's the address of your emergency?
Yes, I'm at the Crown Plaza at O'Hare Airport, and I was calling because my daughter came to to a party here last night, a gathering with her friends, and now her friends, they say that they left her on the front of the hotel, and she's not able to be found now. She's 19 years old.
And you said that and you said the Crown Plaza at O'Hare Airport?
Yes. Yes, and they said that when her friends was asking them earlier today, like about 4 o'clock in the morning, because they run the video cameras, they said that they didn't have no cameras. But now I came and it was a lady. She said that she heard music, and she asked me that I want to go upstairs, and we went upstairs on the 11th floor, and it was someone came to the room, and she said that she did see my daughter there with a group of girls and a couple of guys. But that's all she just saw because she was busy trying to get reception on her phone.
Now, she did see a group of girls with a couple of guys.
Right. Let's get into it.
Now, is that the same woman? You would have to say that took Teresa to where? The
So
11th floor.
and that's what I'm saying. When we seen her walk off with the lady, what this sounded like to me is that this lady took her up on the 11th floor, took her to a room up there on the 11th floor. And whoever, I'm assuming, opened the door, whatever. That lady said, "Yeah, I seen your daughter." Her
Mm,
friends, and a group of guys. And one of the things that I brought up last night, and I couldn't remember whose statement it was, but one of those girls said that when she left, there was no one there but Kanika, her friends, and a couple of guys.
and a couple of guys.
So, see, that's where this two-room stuff come into play. At least
Yeah,
multiple rooms. And then who is this lady? Who told Miss Teresa that? We don't have a statement from that lady, whoever it was she took her to. We don't know nothing. But I believe Miss Teresa in this phone call.
right. Well, let's continue.
All right, well then, you know what? Are you sure you don't mean the Crown Plaza in Rosemont?
Yes, the Crown. Yes, it is. I'm sorry, the Crown Plaza in Rosemont. That's exactly where it's at. I'm
Okay,
so sorry.
no, it's okay. And have you and you said you spoke with the
Front desk. I'm sitting outside, right in front of the hotel in a parking lot right now.
and they were saying that they haven't seen your daughter since she left, or?
No, this is a different set. This is a different a new I'm sorry, it's a new shift, and they said that they haven't seen it. Well, of course they wouldn't have seen it because this is like 3 or 4 in the morning, and I just seen it. She was here because I just found the ticket where they entered this hotel. It was at 1:36 p.m. So hold on, this is not her ticket because this was on the 6th. My daughter wasn't here on the 6th.
Okay, and you know, real quick, I'm just gonna see if maybe I'm gonna see if maybe she was here at all. What's your daughter's name?
Her name is Kanika Jenkins.
All right, and could you spell her?
The room wasn't registering her name. She came with some friends here.
No, yeah, I just want to verify. I'm about to say I actually just came in myself. Probably been on shift for about 45 minutes, so I just want to make sure that, you know, maybe she didn't get arrested and sent on her. You know what I mean? I just want to double check everything. But
okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. But it doesn't look like we had any run-ins with her last night at all. Do you think it's possible maybe she went to one of her friends' houses, or, you know, she's probably...
No, actually, because she had my car. She was driving my car. She know I don't like nobody to drive my car because my insurance will not pay for no one besides her. And her friends kept calling my phone. I told them to stay out here. They stayed out here they called me like about 3-something in the morning. I was laying in the bed. I just had breast surgery. I fought deep breast cancer. So I'm, sedated off medication early. And they telling me she out here. So once I rejuvenated, to strengthen up myself enough to get up and drive out here to look for her, once they brought me my car, I came right out here. And I came to the hotel and I showed them a picture of her and I asked them if they see it. And it was a lady in the lobby. And she heard me asking at the front desk, and she said it was music. She did hear music. She called the one downstairs to report the room, and come to find out it was the people next door. And when we knocked on the door, that person said that she did see my daughter downstairs with, it was like 4 of them, and it was 4 of them. And she said my daughter, she was with 3 of her friends, but her 3 friends said, which then, these kids won't tell the truth. They said that they went upstairs to get her cell phone. And when they went to get her cell phone, she was standing in the lobby, in the front lobby. And then when they came back down, she wasn't there anymore.
Okay, so wait a minute.
Huh.
It's a lot going on right up in here.
It is a lot.
Because now, okay, I wish you could rewind that, because she said that something about the kids' party. They went up to the 11th floor and it was a kids' party.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might need to run that back. But
yeah, we're definitely gonna scrub back on that,
yeah, we might need to run that one back. That was a lot right there.
Okay.
Gee, I'm with you on that one, baby.
Yeah, because that right there says a lot.
Because I'm okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm a
you
mute.
want to play
I'm
it now?
Or nope. Go ahead. I'm a mute.
Okay.
My daughter downstairs with, it was like 4 of them, and it was 4 of them.
Let me come back.
Downstairs to report the room, and come to find out it was the people next door. And when we knocked on the door, that person said that she did see my daughter downstairs with, it was like 4 of them, and it was 4 of them. And she said my daughter, she was with 3 of her friends, but her 3 friends said, which then, these kids won't tell the truth. They said that they went upstairs to get her cell phone. And when they went to get her cell phone, she was standing in the lobby, in the front lobby. And then when they came back down, she wasn't there anymore.
No, I completely understand.
Now, do I need to scrub back on that? Do I need to scrub back on that? Oh, we have Mr. Boss Blake in the house. Can you all hear me? What happened? Did I lose sound? I hope we didn't. Oh, you hear me fine? Okay, thank you, Sage. Hold on 1 second.
They called me like about 3 in the morning. I was laying in the bed. I just had breast surgery. At first, I fought breast cancer. So I'm, sedated off medication early, and they telling me she out here. So once I rejuvenated, strengthened up myself enough to get up and drive out here to look for once they brought me my car, I right out here. And I came to the hotel and I showed them a picture of her and I asked them if they see it. And it was a lady in the lobby. And she heard me asking at the front desk and she said it was music. She did hear music. She called the one downstairs to report the room and come to find out it was the people next door. And when we knocked on the door, that person said that she did see my daughter downstairs it was like 4 of them, and it was 4 of them. And she
Okay,
said,
wait.
Right. Uh-huh. It's a lady in the room.
So the lady in the room, it sounded like she said she had to go next door. Like she went next door, and the lady told her that she saw her daughter and Monique and them downstairs.
Right. That's what it sounded like. Not the woman who took her up.
Like it's somebody else.
Right. So you've kind of figured, who is this woman that they spoke to that gave them that report?
Right.
It said that she saw them downstairs.
Hell of a chick said that's the same question. Yeah, because that confused me right there. I'm like, wait, because we saw her walk off with the lady. So that lady took her to another lady.
Exactly.
Who said they saw her. I'm wondering if it's that girl in the white shirt and the black pants.
I was just thinking about Miss Pom Pom.
You know what I mean? Because she was the one we saw roaming around. Remember she walking all around. She down on the looking at the the directions in the hotel. She was on the move.
Yeah, getting water.
I could see her
desk and everything.
Right. I could see her saying, like, "Oh yeah, I seen them downstairs."
Right.
Because at one point, wasn't she down there with them? They was at the desk.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying.
And that same chick who was walking around,
like she looking for Kanika.
Yeah.
Shoot.
And also, if I'm not mistaken, if I can recall, my mind is on fire now. She was also a part of the party that was in Ty's live.
Who, the white girl?
Yeah. Is that the one we're talking about with the white shirt and the pom-pom? And, she went downstairs to the lower level and kind of like cocked her head sharply.
Yeah. Remember I said that was the one that looked like she had a fight ponytail.
Yeah.
I'm for real. That girl, I don't care what nobody say. I'm standing on it. That girl knows something about something. I'm telling you. And so now I'm thinking, the lady that left out the lobby with Miss Teresa, did she take her to her? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Teresa. Spiritual warrior, she was on the move. She knows something about something. I stand on that. I do. I can't let that go.
Most certainly.
She was moving funny. She was moving real funny.
Because she made herself apparent for some strange reason. Seems like every now and then you'd see her roam in the hallway, going to the front desk, just walking by herself.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, where's she going? Why is she doing all this extra walking?
Right.
Reminded me of what Bree did. This extra by yourself. Now you're walking.
Yeah.
Come to the hotel together. Now you go to the front desk. You go around the corner, go to the ladies' room, come back around the corner, rejoin the party. Then you leave again. You go down the hall to the southwest entrance, out the door to the parking lot. You return to the southwest entrance, up to the food court. Now you got a drink in your hand.
Yep, 2 + 2 = 4. All day, every day.
All day, every day. That's right.
Never change, I mean, it's just, to me, this was an important detail, and I think that's why when we were watching her last night, when we had our little meeting, I'm like, we need to find her. Where did she go? What is she doing? Her whole interaction with Miss Teresa didn't sit right, and then to know that she took Miss Teresa to another lady who said that
Mhm.
she seen them
Yes.
kids.
Yes. Yes.
She did. G baby, yep. In the beginning of this call, Teresa says the lady took her next door on the 11th floor, and Teresa says she spoke to a lady. Mm-hmm.
Now, today, if Teresa could mention in any way, shape, or form a description of what that lady looks like,
Right.
post something on Facebook, and she can mention what that woman looks like, we can
Yep.
tie her right into the video surveillance footage
That's
and
what
to
I'm
see
saying.
if that's our girl or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a missing part. That's a missing
Mhm.
piece. We need that.
Definitely. Definitely. You want me to continue?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now you got this woman impressed on my brain now.
I'm telling you.
She was with three of her friends, but her three friends said, which they, these kids won't tell the truth. They said that they went upstairs to get her cell phone. And when they went to get her cell phone, she was standing in the lobby, in the front lobby. And then when they came back down, she wasn't there anymore.
No, I completely understand.
So wait a minute.
I was just about to, man, listen, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I was trying to hit my mute button. I couldn't get my mute button off.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
this woman's reporting to her that she was the one who saw Kanika downstairs in the lobby because the other two went back upstairs.
Yeah.
Am I picking that up right?
That's what it. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's what it appears to me.
Yeah.
That she reported that Kanika was downstairs in the lobby because the girls went back to the room to get the phone and keys, and when they came back downstairs, she was gone.
And see, you have to understand too. That's the very first story that they gave Miss Teresa, was that they left her in the lobby.
Right.
The very first story we heard was from Miss Teresa. And then that soon changed. It was, we left her in the lobby. Then we left her by the door. Like, wait, what? The truth don't change. How many times we gotta say that? That's why Miss Teresa, when she was like, these girls won't tell the truth. She wasn't lying. They not. They wasn't.
Right.
And so it's always gonna bother me about where she was left,
Right. When I first thought of it, I said, okay, well, if we went, let me see if that's showing up. No, it's not showing up. Okay. I'll come right back to this call.
Show did, Lisa. And then don't forget, her being seen in the lobby was in dang, I forgot who reported that. But then they took it out. And that's when Bawballs kind of evolved.
Right.
Because she was the only one we seen in the lobby around that time resembling Kanika.
Exactly. Same blue jean jacket,
Right.
pants, just she looked kind of shorter, but But I pictured this area here, like Teresa may have pictured it, that they left her downstairs here.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, I said, okay, well, maybe it was somewhere here in the atrium, downstairs near the lobby.
Right.
In this area.
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care where they're talking about down there, because then the story was we left her in the hallway by the door on the 9th floor.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
why did it change?
Right. That kind of screwed with the mind to say, okay, which is it, left or right? Yeah. So now it's back to the 911 call.
I wanted to know who that lady is, man.
Yeah, now it's on your mind, see? And guess what we're going to be looking for?
I'm for real. I promise I'm something is just telling me it's that girl in that white t-shirt.
Yeah,
But
you see?
that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Let me just say that I'm not sure. But yeah, I just
All right.
The one issue we have, it's not necessarily that it's an issue, but she is an adult. She is 19 years old, and I mean, as of
Hold
right
on,
now,
she's 19 years old. That's my daughter. She's 19. Her name Kenika Jenkins, Keneka.
no, yes. No, I remember that. You told me that she was 19. But what I'm saying is that she again, she's only been gone for a couple hours. She's, I don't know, maybe she's, she could be somewhere with one of her friends or something, because I mean, it is only a couple hours since you hadn't seen her, correct? Or since her friend supposedly hadn't seen her?
Correct. Let's say about 3 to 4 hours now. They said. They told me. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning when they called me.
Yeah. Well, I guess the one, are you looking to file a missing persons report then, or are you just, or would you? I'm sorry. Go on ahead.
I'm so sorry, Sarah. I just want to know: is it possible that maybe they can look at the cameras and see? It's because they send the police out here and ask them to look at the cameras and see if they've seen her on their cameras around that time.
I was about to say, even if I did send an officer, it would take a little bit in order for us to get the camera footage and for us to pass it on to the detectives division.
Okay.
And then here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Even at that moment, she's asking them about the cameras.
There you go.
She's saying, "Can you please check the cameras?" Now, and let me just say this, because again, I respect all opinion. But when you look at everything as a whole, like I can't wrap my mind around people saying that this woman had something to do with this. I don't understand that. Because what I see is a mother looking for her child. And if I was up there, that would have been one of the first things I asked them too. Show me the damn cameras. My daughter here. Somewhere. Help me.
Right.
And they did nothing. Listen to dude. I don't like this call. That's just where I'm at with this.
Yeah, I mean, I almost sounded like he's a trainee or a rookie or something like that.
Yeah, it's terrible.
If somebody's missing, hey, why don't you come down to the station? We can fill out a missing persons report and begin to follow up with the hotel right after. Move forward with what you're there to do.
Right.
He's like, almost like talking like if he's laid back, we'll give her some time. Yeah, it might be a couple of hours. Maybe she's laid up with a friend or something like that.
Absolutely, Lisa.
Like,
She was
damn,
trying to hold
Rosemary.
her composure. Yes.
That sounds like a police officer talking to someone who's missing their child.
And the thing of it is, like I said, her and that lady, when they went upstairs, they was only up there for about 10 minutes. And then Miss Teresa was out in the parking lot making this phone call. That's the way the time is. That's the movement. So
Exactly.
she went out to the parking lot and still didn't leave. She made a 911 call from out there because, I mean, understand where she at with this right now. These girls won't tell her the truth. She didn't get up here. Ain't nobody helping her. They stand away from her like she got, like she had the plague.
Right.
She went out to her car and called the police. What would you have done?
You move heaven and earth for your child. That's what
Absolutely.
any parent would do. That's what any parent would do.
Storm, you said because the 11th floor lady told her something concerning. You think so?
Say again?
Oh, no, I was reading Storm's comment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you knew
Whatever
of
she
heaven
was
and earth.
told, however it was she was feeling, she did not leave that parking lot before calling 911. What would you have done? So you mean to tell me you would have left there, went home first? Nah, she didn't do that. She called from the parking lot. I mean, it's a sad situation, but that's what it looked like on the footage. Treating her like a black woman in a white man's establishment.
Ooh,
That's
you said it.
crazy.
You said it.
That's crazy.
It is. And it just goes to show you how important they deem a missing person in their hotel establishment.
Right.
Now, I know Kanika might not have been the only person that went missing or in that hotel establishment. You mean to tell us that that's how you treat a missing person in your hotel?
Right.
Whether white, black, Puerto Rican, Mexican,
Didn't
it
matter.
don't matter.
It didn't matter what color it was.
Yeah.
And then, for them to be like, oh, was she 19? Give it a minute. I get it. But really, this lady didn't went as far as coming up here. Like, the way he sounded on that call just was so frustrating. And then to also see what she went through before she even made the damn phone call. She got the same treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Same treatment. Yeah.
It tells a lot about the hotel's attitude
Absolutely.
in regards to a missing person's emergency call. You physically have to go down there. Well, damned if she could, if she stayed home and called the hotel, what do you think the response would have been?
Yeah, this is just it's just a sad situation. It's terrible. That's terrible to me.
All right.
So what would you suggest?
Well, again, the only thing I would suggest maybe just give her a couple hours. She could have went somewhere with one of her other friends. I mean,
I would have said you're fired. Give her a couple of hours. You're fired. You know nothing about how to handle a missing person. And I've said that time and time over and over again.
Yeah.
Whether it be Daniel Robinson or Summer Wells or any child that goes missing. Oh, I'll give it a couple hours. No, wrong response. I don't want to hear a couple hours. I want to know what you're going to do about it.
Right.
Is what I want to hear.
Yeah.
And who knows what her friends are saying is true. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's you could tell, not to be saying. You could tell it don't sound right. I'm a parent. I've been young before, and it's not sounding right. It don't sound right. Period. That's why I came out here myself, because it sounded like they had been drinking. Honestly.
Yeah.
And I asked them, did she drink? And they said she had only one cup. But okay, my daughter ate the type that normally she can't even take liquor. Her liquor level is just like mine. We can't take liquor. We cannot take liquor. We take a sip of liquor, we drunk. Honestly.
No, I completely understand.
And see, that's what I'm saying.
I'm like, one cup is too much for her.
That's what I'm saying. Then they told Miss Teresa that she only had one cup. And then don't forget, in the last round table, we like, look, it's people in the statements talking about we seen her drinking out the bottle. Somebody went as far as saying they seen her drinking out of a bottle with a handle on that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Bingo.
Really? We ride and baby.
Can't take liquor.
Bingo.
Can't take liquor. Think about it.
But she drank it up.
There you go. That's another detail here. Critical.
Absolutely. And that and not only that, she's the driver. She the driver. Don't forget about that detail. And to see Bree go and get the tickets, when she go to the front desk, she's worried about the tickets. And then to know that Kanika never left that establishment. Then we got Miss Teresa saying she found a ticket in the car. So who y'all think left that? Yeah, I'm gonna need some chat participation on this one. Who y'all think left that ticket? It should be a no-brainer. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I feel you, humongous. The guy needs a new career choice because he damn sure didn't answer a missing person 911 missing persons call correctly. My opinion, no. He shouldn't have been on the damn phone taking a call like that.
Right. You know, and like I said, this lady is worried about her daughter.
There you go. There's the answer. Bree
Bree
Bree,
Bree.
Bree Bree, Bree
Yeah.
Bree, Bree Bree. Yep.
Yeah. And understand that. I understand that when they first got in to the hotel on the footage, based off of the footage that they gave us, okay? Bree Bree was the one went to the front desk
Correct.
to see about this. So my thing is, why wasn't Kanika worried about it? Or was that just a situation where she was like, girl, I got it. Just like on some cool shit, like I got it. I go handle that.
Yeah, like she was the valet and
Yeah, I was confused by that. That confuses me. And even though Bree Bree had the wrong ticket, the timestamp on that ticket was incorrect. That was another discrepancy that we covered before.
yeah.
I
So
can't leave them tickets alone. I'm telling you that right now. I can't leave them tickets. Them tickets rub me. It's just something about them tickets, man. The way those tickets, yeah. Mm.
I want to stop right here on this comment because remember we talked about them keys.
Yes.
She didn't actually have those keys the entire night, according to somebody's statement. And that statement was when we went back in, it took about 15 minutes to find her phone and keys. So obviously, Bree Bree did not have them keys when she left.
Mm. Yeah, that was one of them details. Yeah, I was like, wait,
Yeah.
what? I
Yeah,
didn't even know
'cause-
that. I was like, wait. And then remember when we played that call from Irene in the background, the girl like, did she say something like, didn't nobody know where the keys was but her and Bree Bree? So I think that's what
Yeah, you're right.
confuses me.
You're right.
Dora, I agree with that. They didn't expect her to pop up there like that, and she came ASAP. How can you see this not being a mother concerned about her child? She came ASAP. And when she went as far as telling people, like, look, I've been sick, I've been on medication. She was. Man, what we saw her, and this is just again, this is my opinion. We saw a woman of strength. I'm telling you. She tried to hold it together, y'all.
And I like I asked him, and then they end up with her cell phone. I pay her cell phone bill every month to make sure my daughter has a phone. How did she love her phone? I don't understand why would she leave her cell phone with you all and just go disappear? And she know I just had surgery. She know my predicament.
No, yeah. Well then, so that in that case, what I would recommend, just go home, relax a little bit, give it some time. Of all we know, she very well could still be in the room. She could just be passed out. Again, you know how it is. You drink it the night before, you get.
I don't like that.
They went up to the room. They went up to the 11th floor, and if it was room 926, after the 11th floor, after they had spoken to this woman who said she heard the music and all this other stuff.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Whatever else have you. So
whatever else have you.
Give it a couple hours. Maybe see if she'll get a hold of you again. You know what I mean? Does she know your number?
I mean,
yeah, she know my number very.
Here's my thing. I don't know why, but when he said maybe she up there passed out, I don't know why that bothers me the way it does. Like I don't know if it's the phrase or how he put, I don't know, but just like, well, maybe she up there passed out. I'm like, oh, why use those choices? Like, I don't know. Am I tripping? Y'all, I don't know. That just sounds so weird to me to hear him say that.
Yeah. No, you're not tripping.
Balance, yeah. He said, go home. This was crazy. From the moment she walked in that hotel. This was crazy.
Everyone, she's very smart.
Okay, well then, like I said, just give her a couple hours. You know what I mean? Give her some time. Again, maybe she went to one of her other friends' places, or maybe she is still in the room. Just knocked out. You know what I mean?
Yes, I think
Knocked out. It just tells me I'm getting the impression that he just wants to get off of this call.
Yeah. He's done with this.
Yeah.
He's done.
He wants to move on.
Yeah. Get on with his day. That's terrible.
Yeah. Okay, and so how long does it take for me to file a missing person report?
Well, you can file it at any time. It just like I said, just give it a little bit of time. If you hadn't heard from her by, I want to say about 10, 11 o'clock, then by all means, give us a call again. You can come to the station, and we can help you out from there.
Okay, I live in Chicago. Would it be better for me to come back to you all station, or should I go in Chicago and make out a missing report?
I think you could try to file it out in Chicago. They may tell you to come here since it happened in our town, but I do know that since she lives with obviously she lives with you in the city, I think this might actually fall on them. Or at least they'll be able to take the report, and then they'll get in contact with us, and we'll be able to help them out with the investigation from there.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter, whichever one. If I have to come back out here, I'll come back out here. But as long as if we be able to see, if I come, okay, I give it to tomorrow. It's 24 hours. After 24 hours, do you think they'll still be able to see the video camera of today, the surveillance camera for today?
Yes, we definitely be able to get the footage.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Now we'll definitely be able to get the
footage.
24 hours later, we'll definitely be able to get the footage. Not right now, though.
And understand, she's on the cameras. She's concerned about the cameras, as she should be, though. Some people took that as a negative. That's not a negative in my mind. It was like, well, why she mentioned the security cameras? I was like, wait, what? Wouldn't you? I would.
Right.
Look at the type of establishment we're in. Of course they have cameras. That wasn't, she was supposed to ask about the cameras. That's stupid to think she wasn't. That's all I'm saying.
Do that. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay.
No, you're very welcome. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
He sounds like he needs to work at the hotel.
Not
at Rosemont Police Public Safety Works. More like customer service.
That's it.
Customer service attitude on a missing person.
That's it, and that's all. And so I know, John.
Yeah, it's tough. When you can combine what you just saw tonight, Teresa Martin in that lobby by herself, trying to, get someone's attention from hotel management to do what? Look at the cameras. Look at the cameras. Look at the cameras. And now she does a 911 call, being that she got no result from the hotel. And here we have the Rosemont Police Department. Out of 4,500 people in the population of Rosemont, they have a laid-back attitude on a missing person. And you heard the dispatch officer tell her, well, give it a couple of hours. Maybe she'll turn up. Maybe she's passed out someplace. Come on.
There was one comment, I think it was Sage who said it, but she was saying that when Miss Teresa told them, like, oh, well, talked about the liquor, her having a cup of liquor, that they automatically assumed that she would be somewhere passed out or knocked out, And I get that. I get it. But I don't know. I don't know if it was the way he said it that kind of bothered me. It's just, that just didn't sit right with me.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then Miss Teresa said that it had been about 3-4 hours. She said they called her about 4. So that would mean that Kanika was missing at what? Like 3? Because at that time it's like 7 o'clock. So that's 4 hours.
Yeah.
And then at 3:24, y'all, they want us to believe this right here.
And this is their video surveillance footage of Kanika getting off the elevator in the lower level conference area, as inebriated as she is. And once again, we've stated this 1,000 times. No one saw her. No one.
No one. Really?
Yeah.
I don't
And that's
trust
the bad
this.
part. That's the bad part about how Kanika went missing. You go missing in a hotel establishment. You get caught on video surveillance footage, roaming the hallways by yourself. No employee, no security, no staff members. Nobody sees you go missing. No help at the front desk for Teresa Martin. Very important points to remember about this particular case here.
Oh, man. Yeah. I think, I just think that this woman went through a lot, and then to see this bogus ass footage that they gave us. Him running around like, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I told y'all, listen, I didn't see nothing wrong with this right here. I was like, maybe he, because he threw his hands up like, he was frustrated.
Like he didn't want to work that night.
Oh yeah, this footage is bogus.
Yeah, he didn't want to work that night. Especially when it comes to an incident report of someone going missing. No, we don't necessarily have to, turn in an incident report, not unless it's a big deal. Well,
And
tell
then
a security guy, what's a big deal? And he couldn't explain what a big deal would be to write up an incident report when it's a security officer's job to write
do
one.
that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's just nothing added up this night. Nothing.
Yeah, none of it.
I don't trust none of it. But then I know when they later on that evening when they came back up, because they was calling the police on Miss Teresa, everything. Miss Teresa probably then left, came back up there. And then remember, you know what? I forgot about this. I almost forgot. Remember when Miss Teresa and them was up there and then they claimed that they saw somebody, on the 11th, like in the window, like on the 11th floor or something?
Right.
Because I was like, how the hell you see our way up there? Like, what was that all about? And then now to look at the detail about this lady taking her to the 11th floor, I don't know. I don't feel right about this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And the hard part about this whole thing, as is redacted and edited as these video clips that they put on their website are, due to privacy issues, as we talked about earlier regarding FOIA disclosure, to see Kanika's face blurred in some video clips, one thing, or one redaction. To see her chest in other video clips blurred, face, full body blurred,
Right.
only confirms what they did to the video surveillance footage. We're making this public, but we have to shade this because they deemed it explicit. And this is where we got the chop shop copying that the police department had to wait 2.5 days to get, and then get additional footage on a thumb drive pertaining to August 30th.
I don't trust him neither. I don't trust
none of them.
None of them. I don't trust that either. And I'm gonna tell you why. I don't know why it was just always something about him vacuuming right here. And then remember in the police reports, they made a big deal about who vacuumed, but they told us on the 9th floor. They was more concerned about who vacuumed on the 9th floor. And that always bothered me. Oh man, when she
Yeah, this is all of it is extremely hard to look at, only knowing that, you know, no one's seen her. No one sees her.
I don't believe that.
To
See,
go through this.
right.
Damn. I'm sorry.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
know. It always just looked like, and I keep referring to it as like a copy and paste type situation. Humongous might know the language, but it just don't feel right to me. I don't. Oh my Lord. Yeah,
I see what Humongous D put up here. You know, there is nothing requiring a business to have somebody monitoring surveillance cameras 24 hours.
see, I'm with that. Because just like I said before, working at a hotel with the security guard, they weren't always watching the cameras.
Being that we only see one of them roving around, the Francis Cave roaming around in the hallways, where would he have time to monitor the cameras?
Right. LB, same walk over and over. I agree. It's like we're looking at the same. We just in different parts of the hotel. It's it always looked like the same thing to me. And that's just my opinion, you know. But it did. And then they want and then they want us to believe she walked in the kitchen. Okay. Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to do. While we're working on this, we got a surprise. And this surprise is I'm going to drop the link. And if Miss Helluva Chick would like to join us, there's the link. Because in covering the details of our findings, you know, we're finding out more and more as we carefully look and to notice how they did what they did. Hide behind the FOIA disclosure.
Right.
And give us the shoddy, choppy, copied footage that they posted online that we also had tested. We ran a forensic analysis, a team of us, you know, spearheaded by Amp Easy.
Right.
And sent that footage to a forensic company to analyze the footage. They said, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I said, what do you mean there's nothing wrong with it? Yeah, no, I mean, everything is intact. There's no interruptions. There's no deleted motions. There's no freeze ups. There's no glitches, even though they were very short clips of her in the lower level bathroom area, which we're going to be getting to in a minute. Also of the upper kitchen, where that was the last place she was seen, especially that one.
Right.
None of it came back with any kind of negative report. Everything was intact. Only to determine that it was an intact copy of redacted footage, according to the disclosure. You see?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's not to say, you know, we all chipped in, made a big effort to try to say if we can get this piece of information back from the forensic company and they find something wrong with the footage, and we get this over to Teresa Martin so that she's got some ammunition in court.
Right.
I think this was another piece of footage that we also had analyzed in the East Kitchen, lower level East Kitchen, where the police did not do a walkthrough of this section. When they created their video piece,
Right.
the believed path that Kanika took, they never videotaped this lower level East Kitchen.
And I wonder why not? If you're telling me it's the believed path, then I would expect for you to give me everything. You should be able to tell me everything. So if on footage, the footage that they gave us show her walking through this kitchen right here. I mean, wouldn't that be part of the believed path? I mean, 2 + 2 = 4. Why they skip this?
Yeah.
I don't trust that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Because she's in an area on the east side. This is being the East Kitchen, and we'll get to the other side in a minute. Why did they avoid doing any kind of photography or videography of this particular section, knowing damn well this is one of the sections that they searched? 1, 2, and most importantly, section she went through on video camera in this East Kitchen. She made a big loop into the other kitchen in the back. We see her come past that doorway, going back into the East Kitchen, and then out the doorway where she disappears, and then ends up in the lower level bathroom area, past those two doors. But yet, nothing in the case file indicates this area called the East Kitchen at all. Nothing. No photographs, no videotape, really no comment.
Right.
And I find that bothered me.
Yeah. And I think it never sounded right to me. Like, so she got off the elevator, walked down the hall, went into the kitchen, made a big ass circle, came out the kitchen, hit the rail, went back in the kitchen, walked all the way to the back, and found the stairs. And then went up all those stairs.
Right.
Through some wooden double doors. Think about this. Picture the visual. Through the wood double doors, all the way to the far end of this kitchen that they told us was not working, not in operation. That don't sound right.
No, it doesn't. And thank you, D. Walsh. Thank you for the message about hell of a chick driving. Okay.
That does not sound right to me. If they want you to believe she's walking those halls alone, that don't sound right to me.
Right.
It just, and then in one of the reports, I know we talked about it. I forgot which report it was. And part of the police report, and I think you have it, John, where they said she came downstairs. I was like, wait, what? Y'all told us she went upstairs.
Right.
Up the stairs.
Right.
Now you're telling us she came down some stairs? What stairs?
Exactly. And it's funny you mention that now, because there was a piece. 1 second. Pulling up the East Kit. Okay. There was a piece that I was able to find, and I'm saying, wait a minute, we're not the only ones that is finding out about downstairs. Let me just share this with you real quick, because there was a interesting piece that I was able to find on Humongous D's channel regarding somebody talking about downstairs. And I said, I wonder who that is. I'm going to share this because a lot of things are pointing downstairs to this basement. That's not the one I wanted to share. That's the one I wanted to share. Okay.
She says in her condition, she wouldn't have been able to do it. I don't think so. And then especially if you've never been to this property, and I'm just assuming she had not. But still, even if you had, ain't nobody down there all through the kitchens and finding back hallways and hidden stairwells. Come on, man. No, nah. And then we're going to get to the toxicology. You know, we're going to discuss what was in her system.
Yeah. Y'all remember this?
You silly.
Y'all remember this? This was an interview. Andrew Holmes. I took this from Humongous D's channel. He was able to capture it and also find some details in what Andrew was talking about.
Don't be stealing, John. Hugh, we good?
Yeah, we good. We good.
Listen, because don't. Hugh, can we get your permission in the chat? Please?
Yeah, Hugh, give me the thumbs up. Hugh, can we use this clip?
I'm just messing with you.
Just for tonight's live.
If not, I got it too. I got it as well. I know Hugh don't mind. Hugh don't mind.
Yeah, he don't.
He said, you know.
I already know. Yeah.
Play it, brother. Play it. Okay. Well, here's an interview that was done with Andrew Holmes, fresh out the cut, describing what he saw based upon video surveillance footage that he was shown before Teresa was in the interview that he gave that got posted on Facebook. And it's amazing because as soon as he started saying it, he said, you got to prove it. You got to prove it. And then we started making findings about the proof.
And we want to tell you guys before the news tell you, before everybody else got the video, before the video is released later on. Share this video. Share this video.
If that was our child, man, that's my baby they talking about. You're falsifying stuff about my child. That's not my child's character. So get the facts right and let's deal with what we have to deal with ahead.
Andrew, talk to us about the facts. Let's talk about what the video actually shows and where we are. All right, Andrew, what's the facts?
The video show the young lady in the lobby. The video show the young lady in the lobby, and I watched her from the lobby, and I watched her from the lobby. And I watched her.
Let me just do this real quick. You're going to hear Andrew double time his answer, and this is done purposely to give you the answer. So don't think that there's something going wrong with the video. This was purposely done to emphasize certain words that Andrew Holmes said himself. This was brilliantly put together by Humongous, who's in the chat, y'all. So
from the lobby, walk to the elevator. Walk to the elevator. Walk to the elevator. But she did walk into that elevator. But she did walk into that elevator. But she did walk into that elevator.
Well, I watched the video from the time she was in the lobby to the time that she got off the elevator.
And she was trying to possibly get back up to the ninth floor, but she might have pushed the button, or the button was always pushed already to show lower level. And the elevator went down. And the elevator went down. And the elevator went down.
Okay.
So she got off the elevator. I can see where she was staggering, as they said, and she got off. She went to the stairwell casing. The stairwell leads back upstairs. I watched and looked for cameras everywhere. They showed me cameras everywhere. She walked to the steps. She did a little stumble trying to get up there. She turned around and went back the other way. Now, she was still walking kind of wobbly. She did fall into the wall, and she started opening up doors. So she opened up one door. She went in, came right back out. She wasn't in there. You can tell she was looking for doors, trying to get back upstairs to the lobby. Back upstairs to the lobby. So she went from door to door. So she went from door to door. She went in this door. She didn't stay long. She went in there and came back out. She was basically trying to find her way back to the lobby. Trying to find her way back to the lobby. As she continued down the path.
And she went to the bathroom and everything.
Yeah, she went,
What's some of the doors she did go in?
One of the doors she went in was the men's washroom. That door pushed open, she came right back out. She pushed in, came right back out. She went inside another door. She went inside another door. She came right back out. She was checking doors to see, to me, how she can get back upstairs. So she went down toward this unsecured area that she went, and the camera shows it. And the camera shows it. And it shows where she went. When she went in, and it shows where she went. When she went in, the doors wasn't secured. She went right in. The doors wasn't secured. She went right in. There was a freezer part there where you all see, where you all haven't seen it yet, where she had walked back. There was no one in there. The place, they don't even use that part no more as a kitchen part. And it has two large freezers. So she walked back there, and as she went inside that door, she opened it up, which you can open up. It's just like a big steel door. It don't take much to open it. You open up that door, you take 1/2 a step to your right. Is another door to another freezer part. She had to open up that door to go inside of there.
Now, I've been inside the freezer down there. Upon looking at that freezer, you can open up that door, take a 1/2 step up, turn to your left, pull the other door.
You take 1/2 a step to your right is another door to another freezer part. She had to open up that door to go inside of there, mainly trying to find her way back to the lobby. Mainly trying to find her way back to the lobby. And I was in there with the detectives. I was in that freezer. And I was scared even being in that freezer, even in there with them, and I was in there by myself. Even in there with them, and I was in there by myself. I can understand the part where she was at with the motion camera up there, that when somebody walks, it turns that way. With the motion camera up there, that when somebody walks, it turns that way. And in that freezer, lights out, it's air shut tight. It's air shut tight. If locks was on the door like they was on the door when I got there, they had locks on there, so I couldn't get in, but then had no locks on there when she was there. If they had them, she probably would have turned around like she turned around at the other doors. She turned around at the other doors to find her way back upstairs. To find her way back upstairs. Upstairs, and that unit freezer that she was found in.
So why was the freezer on?
No, to me, the freezer wasn't on. The freezer wasn't on. To me, when they were saying that it looked like she was wet or something, it's hot as hell in that freezer. Hot as hell in that freezer. So she gonna sweat. The body gonna sweat. I'm quite sure if the freezer was on, then that's a different story that has to be proven.
Did I hear you describe earlier on a Facebook Live video that you actually had the chance to go in that freezer?
Yeah, I went in the freezer.
So can you describe, first of all, how did you get access to that freezer and what it was like?
Well, we walked in the freezer. They walked me down. I walked the whole steps, and I walked to that freezer, opened up the door. That freezer door closed. Opened up the other door. That freezer door closed, and it was hot as hell in both of them freezers, and dark as hell in the freezers too.
All I see is trying to find her way to get back upstairs where she was. All I see is trying to find her way to get back upstairs where she was. You got security there. They're negligence, because if that's the last place you seen that baby, that's the last place you seen her on video surveillance, that should have been the first place you was looking to secure in that area. Now, if you say, okay, we got her in this area here, and this is where she going, you run and send somebody down there quick and fast. If you watching the video footage, because you got to, if there was an intruder in there and you on your job, then you got to get somebody down there. Somebody should have been at the computer watching the monitor. Now, who fell asleep? Because when you seen her there, it should have sent an alert off where we got somebody down here in an unrestricted area. We got somebody down here in an unrestricted area. We got somebody down here in an unrestricted area.
What time on the video was she? What did it show? What time she got in there?
Yeah, they got the time on there. I got to look back on my file. I got those in the car. Back on my file, I got those in the car.
Okay.
And I got to look back on that. But I commend the police department out there. They not rushing to judgment. They looking at time on everything. They showed me time on the cameras, time here. They done order everything, even outside technicians to come in, because even outside technicians.
Ordered outside technicians to come in is the key. Why would they have to do that? Why on earth would the Crown Plaza Hotel need outside technicians to come in? Keep that in mind, folks, because it does get down to the nitty-gritty here.
even outside technicians to come in, because when they give it out, they want to give it out by the time and the minute.
So I see a lot of the crazy comments. Firstly, what I want to say is Andrew Holmes is an activist in the city of Chicago. Per the family, he did view the video. You did tell everybody what you have done and why you're able to even say this.
The mother was aware that you were looking at the video. Could you explain that again?
Yeah, I called the mother and let her know that I have seen this video. I gave her bits and pieces about it, and she's going to be looking at the video too.
Per the family, he did view the video.
You did not give nobody permission to see the videotape at all.
No, I did not give them no permission.
And what were they saying as far as was the freezer on and off? Was that clarified at all from the hotel?
No, I'm going to clarify that today through the chief and ask him to release that. Was that refrigerator on or was that refrigerator off? But I knew when I got there and got inside of there, it was dark when that door closed. And
on the video that's going to be released to the public, it will be released to the public after the family sees it, correct?
yeah, it should be released after the family see it. And I was the same way, like the views.
I was the same way.
I had doubts.
Like, man, somebody killed this girl, right?
But I got there because I had doubts about, okay, wait a minute. Could be motel worker, could be somebody, but
we all said the same. I want everybody to understand that we all on the same side.
Oh, yeah.
We don't work with the hotel. We don't work with the police department.
Right.
We on the side of the people. We don't work with the hotel. We don't work with the police department.
Right.
We on the side of the people. We don't work with the police department.
Right.
Look at the video before the video.
Because I'm a community activist, I'm also a private investigator. I also work with all police agencies just as well as these gentlemen here too.
How many doors you think she opened before she got to the freezer door? How many doors you think she opened before she got to the freezer door?
I think about four and other doors that she has checked and other doors that she has checked. She was trying to find her way back upstairs. She was just trying to get back to a secured area, and that's what she was looking for, because the doors that she opened up, she didn't even stay up. She just went in and came right back out, because, you know, especially the bathroom, went and came back out, went in another door, it closed, she come back out. Went in another door, it closed, she come back out. She basically, to me, honest God, I think that baby was trying to find her way back upstairs. She basically, to me, honest God, I think that baby was trying to find her way back upstairs.
You will see on the video, she was trying to find her way. She went through several doors. She went to the men's restroom. How long was she in the men's restroom?
Just about half a second, just to get.
She just went in there,
turned around, came back. She went to another door, trying to jerk it, open it, and she went to another door. She was trying to find her way upstairs somewhere.
And I'm going to pause it right there. I think everybody's got the idea.
Wait a minute. He said this video was good. I was weak though. I had to mute my mic. But he said when she came out the bathroom, she was in there for half a second. Then he started tugging on another door. Did y'all see that in the footage? I ain't see that.
Nope.
What door he talking about?
I have no idea. I was looking for those doors myself.
I want to know what footage he saw.
Exactly. And you figure if he was there present at the hotel, going to the freezer, doing everything that he talked about in this video, then he must have seen the unredacted video portion before.
I was just about to take you there.
Yeah. before police was able to distribute that, before the hotel was able to give it to Rosemont Police to set up the case file, the redacted case file. Once again, redacted means we don't have all of it. They just gave us what they wanted to make public. Because according to these comments and statements made by Holmes here, yeah, a lot of things don't add up.
Hugh said he saw the real footage. I believe that. I do. I believe that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Do you think Miss Teresa seen it? Remember they was out there doing that protest and it was like, show us the real tapes.
Yeah, they were hollering and yelling for that. Show us the real deal.
Yeah.
Don't hide any of it. You know, everything. They wanted to see everything, you know. And as many Rosemont police that was out there trying to control and handle that protest to disperse them, you know, it only gave us visuals as to what they were trying to do. You know,
Storm
control the
said,
situation, handle damage control, and to buy them some time. That's all it was. Buy them some time.
Storm says, if it clearly shows what he says he saw, why wouldn't they just put it out? I mean, yeah, that's a
It's a big one. It's a big one.
Why not just put it out? I'm asking the same question, Storm.
Exactly.
I do believe that.
So with the continuation of the footage, hopefully Boss found that clip he wanted to share and show, because we're watching our time here.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So he dropped off. But thank you, Humongous, for
we appreciate
for
that.
putting that out there.
Yeah, that was good. That video was good. You know, and so I definitely will want to, you know, I hate the pictures, I'm ready to get that part over. I'm kind of ready to get that part over with.
Oh, the tough stuff.
Yeah.
Let's get to it. All right, so let me do this real quick.
Cold Pepsi said, now remember, he only seen bits and pieces. I'm
trying to get this lined up here.
Humongous said, by not releasing everything, it made him look like a liar. And it did.
Yeah.
It did. It
definitely put him in a bad spot.
It put him in a bad spot. They put a lot of people in bad spots with the information that they gave us, with what they gave us. He knew she was in there. I don't care what nobody say. He knew she was back there. Now, how he knew, don't even know. Like I said, either he put her back there, either he seen who put her back there, or somebody told him they put her back there. I don't care how you cut it. He knows something about something. I don't care how you cut it.
And this was their response. Okay. She's downstairs. What is she doing here?
Right.
And we already brought to light a statement where the police said that they found her in the dock area, but on a search warrant, sworn search warrant that had to be signed off by a judge, saying that she was found in the southwest corner in the basement kitchen.
Sure did.
Basement kitchen. I believe we shared that information with you earlier.
D. Walsh said he didn't turn on no light at all. He just walked in and out. I'm going to be honest with y'all because, I was on his ass, right? To me, I don't even think he went in there. I don't. Like, I always felt like he went to do something else. Like, maybe there was a, you know, padlock on the door, like she was locked in there. You know, I just feel like he went to remove that. That's just my opinion. Because remember that one part of his statements that never sat right with me was the fact that he couldn't tell them whether whether or not the lights were on or off in that motherfucker.
Right. He had a difficult time remembering that.
He couldn't answer that.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Now you see PSO Walsh here by himself, nobody else, and hence changing the crime scene. Compromising the scene right before you. Grabbing stuff to Jimmy open the door, hold it open, change the whole dynamics of this entire investigation just by doing what he's doing here.
Pepsi. Yeah.
All just before anybody else could actually see what he's doing.
Yeah.
Now he's
Pepsi in April.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, I mean, how many of y'all think he actually went in there? It just seemed real quick to me. And I don't know. Like, I've never felt like that was the reason for him going down there. Like, I mean, imagine them finding her with a padlock on the door.
Right.
That would have screamed murder. It wouldn't have fit the narrative. It wouldn't fit. I feel like he went to remove the lock or whatever it was holding her in there, holding that door, you know.
Yeah, making sure nobody got in
Absolutely.
there. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then don't forget about what the lawyer said. He said somebody inadvertently locked her in there. We didn't see that footage. I didn't told y'all. See, that's what I'm saying. Why would our lawyer say that? It makes me question what they've seen.
Right. Exactly. So just giving everyone, and we all know that we've covered this footage extensively. You know, compromising a crime scene, changing the dynamics of the crime scene. I'm going to take you to another point here because we also see that PSO Walsh is not finished. He's still moving things, grabbing it right in front of his supervisor. Well, we can put this in the door too.
They should have grabbed that cup. That's what they should have been grabbing. Was that damn cup? I'm mad about that.
Exactly. I knew you were going to say something about that cup. Looked like that cup is right here in that red box too. Like the cup's moving.
Right. See, I'm with AAP 512. She said the lawyer knows stuff and seen stuff we haven't. I believe that.
All right.
I do. I believe that.
So after they began to wonder what the hell was going on, try to get the story together, try to figure out what's happening here, go check the cameras. Let's start looking at this, putting it all together. We have the fire department in there. I'm just going to scrub through a little bit of this because we're looking at a time dynamic here tonight. We know Rose, PSO Rose signs out as a police officer. One of the group responding police officers signs out and then signs back in to take the pictures. Diakova, the tall guy, Detective Diakova, is handling the scene. We know K9 was there, writing up the reports, talking about the cameras. We know that the coroner guy from the medical examiner's office gets there a little after 3. Rose takes pictures between the 2:46 mark. And we also covered that information in the last live on Boss's channel. Compare that to the pictures of the metadata time stamp along with this video clip timestamp.
Right. It didn't match.
It did not match.
Mm-mm.
Didn't match. Let me see if I can just find that little part there. Scrub it up a little bit. No, that's a little bit too much.
Too far. Yeah.
Yeah, too far here. Let me go back and get this guy right up in this park. Here is the medical examiner coming into play at 3:10:39, pointing to the camera in the direction of the freezer. And they take him back there and they begin medical examination and processing this death investigation now. Obviously, they get to a point in this where the medical examiner takes his own pictures, separate from the photo technician taking pictures.
Mm-hmm.
We get down to a point where we have people from the Evanston Funeral Home take Kanika out of the freezer, put her on the gurney, bring her into the front of the kitchen. A member of the Teresa Martin and her family are down in the conference room area, all grouped into that conference area, and she's insisting to see her daughter. We get to a certain portion of this where they're preparing to bring.
April, I'm with you. He know it too. John knows it.
Yeah.
I dreaded this part.
Yeah, this is a hard part.
This is hard for me.
Because
every time I see this, I just want to burn it.
Yeah, because
burn that damn place down to the ground.
Yeah, every single time.
You
can notice that they're waiting now for contact with Teresa to come in with Lenore. Because she's not leaving the hotel without knowing what happened to her daughter. Now that she's been notified that her daughter was found.
Right. She wanted to see her daughter. It surprised me that they allowed that. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
Yeah,
I was surprised to see that. I was like, wait, I was like, is that normal procedure? Like, I don't know. But she insisted on seeing her daughter. Then when she got back there, yeah.
Yeah, you'll be able to see Teresa's response to everything.
Butchie boy, you might. That's something to think about.
Yeah, this is tough. After looking for her daughter since she went missing, being treated by the hotel the way she was being treated when she first got there.
Yeah, man.
Making the 911 call, as we heard tonight, in a short order, the morning of the 10th, as a result of everything that has occurred, now culminates to this point.
And then understand this, and I know if any of you guys follow Miss Teresa on YouTube, she put up a video and, it was titled, "There was a camera over the freezer." Now, in this clip when she's in there, I could see her saying something like, "Where's the camera?" Because then, I don't know if you guys missed it, but the guy then looks back toward us and like pointed up at the camera that we're watching capture this footage right here. And in my mind, when I first saw it, I was like, well, then that's got to be the only camera in there.
Right.
But when you think about Miss Teresa being adamant about there being a camera over the freezer, and then we got the lawyer showing us a different freezer door. I mean, what do y'all think is going on here? Somebody got to explain that to me.
As she comes back with Diakova, and they get to this certain point here, and that last look, just that last look burnt me.
You know how I feel about this right here. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's why I never showed this type of stuff.
Yeah.
I think I had one video that I put that funeral home pick in. And I promise y'all, I felt some kind of way when I did that. And I never done it again. It bothers me. I don't know. I can't get through that. I hate these pictures. So I'm ready.
So they obviously remove Kanika from the hotel. We're going to go to full screen now. And get into the dynamics of the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office, where Kanika was taken from the hotel morning of the 10th at 10 a.m. She was brought here under this case number and examined by Dr. Kirsten E. Howell, also supervising medical examiner Kristen Escobar Alvarenga. So in here, in the external examination, wherever you'd like to begin, Miss 54 Keyz, we can begin to chop this up.
Okay, we starting with this. I would have liked to start with the toxicology.
Toxicology it is. Toxicology.
I mean,
boom.
Yeah.
Make sure. Okay. Toxicology it is. And just to make sure, could folks type a 1 in the room to make sure that I have this big enough? Because I can make it big enough.
I might need it bigger.
All right. Let me know when to stop.
Yeah, right there.
Okay. Let's make sure everybody can read it. Please make it bigger. Okay, Miller. All right, Lisa. Is that big enough? All right. Storm the Riker says, okay, 1. Okay. Kiska says 1. She could see it.
Rainbows, you didn't designate me as the reader? Oh, man, I've been over here sipping. I don't know. I don't know about that. Y'all should have told me that in the beginning.
Go get your glasses.
You should have told me that in the beginning.
I go
I
one
would have
more
slowed
again.
down a little bit.
We'll really pump this sucker up. Now we got the whole thing. I can't go no more.
No, this is good though. This is good.
All right. All right. So far we're good on time. We still got a little 60-minute time portion open here. NMS Labs out in PA, in Willow Grove, PA, did the performance on the toxicology report for the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office, which was brought to the attention of Dr. Imad Zachariah in Chicago, Illinois. The patient, Kanika Jenkins, under the patient ID, date of birth, age, gender, and work order. And this is 1 of 4 pages of this report. And we also have to note too, we'll get there. We'll get there. Let me see. Okay. Report issued 9/27/2017 at 0900. And the last report date issued 9/23 at 1:01 in the afternoon. Positive findings in the toxicology report are as follows. An ethanol compound at 112 under these units, matrix source peripheral blood. BAC determination also 0.112, also in the G units, milliliters, also in the peripheral blood. Caffeine checked and was positive. also in the peripheral blood. Topiramate, resulting at 3,000 nanograms per milliliter, also in the peripheral blood.
Right. And you know, that was one of the issues, you know, because I don't have medical in my background. Is it anybody in the chat with medical in their background?
Yeah, is there
This was
anybody
one
in
of
the
them
chat
things.
room? Good question.
You know, because when it comes to these positive findings, and they threw out Topiramate, when you look at 3,000, in my mind, I'm like, oh shit, that's a lot.
It's not.
But it's not.
It's not.
You know what I mean? But I don't think some people don't know that. Like, that was a detail that, I mean, I just recently learned. I was like, I mean, because like I said, I just looked at 3,000. It seemed like a lot to me. You know.
When you look at the units, that's when it really breaks it down if it's a lot or not. And they talking about nanograms, so you have to break it down by that.
Right. John, didn't you have up the chart?
Yeah.
Do you still got it up?
Let's see if I can locate it. How did I do this? Okay. We're talking about the Topiramate, right?
Yep.
We're talking about the conversion table for the Topiramate, correct?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Let me first see. First of all, alcohol and Topiramate don't mix. What happens when you have alcohol and Topiramate both acting as a brain depressant, which can impair your thinking and coordination? Risk of drinking alcohol while taking Topiramate include mental and psychological side effects, including confusion, dizziness, drowsiness, and depression.
Mm.
And that's just to give you the short order definition of these two combinations here.
Right.
All right. And in converting 3,000 units, 3,000 nanograms, well, let's take a look at it.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
All right. There you go. 3,000 units, 3,000 nanograms convert to 0.003
milligrams.
That is under a half a milligram, under 25% of a milligram. So it's a very small amount of Topiramate in her system. Now, we also have to remember Hennessy is what, 80% proof? 90% proof? You know, depending on which one, or depending on, you know, how dark it is and which one you buy.
I know.
You know, but it's a very robust cognac.
Right.
And when you
I think,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, John.
That's all right.
And I was just saying, I think for me, it was seeing it because of course, we're all used to the milligrams. I know about that. But when you start talking about nanograms and all that, I don't know nothing about that. So this helped me understand how small of an amount this really is. And then somebody had asked if she let me see what she said. Oh, I believe Topiramate was slipped in her drink. And then Storm asked, was KJ on Topiramate? I never knew, like, I hadn't heard anybody say that. So it was like, then how did that get in her system? You know?
Right. Yeah, we found out from Teresa Martin that she's not a drinker. They don't take liquor well, so to speak. But yet we've got people at the party saying she was drinking up a storm, drinking out the bottle. We saw her actually in the room on Ty's live as well as Irene's live with a cup when they were in the bathroom. But now you have to think a small amount of topiramate, and let's just say is in a cup or a drink.
Right.
It makes me think that maybe she took a sip and put it down, or picked up somebody else's drink. Knew it wasn't there, knew it wasn't hers, and then put it down because of such a small amount was found in her system.
Right. But here's my thing. Why are we assuming that Topiramate was what was put in her drink?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right.
We automatically assume that. But I'm not, I don't know. I'm not so sure though. I will say that. So
Yeah,
when we go into what was actually in her system.
Yep. So let's get right
Storm
back
she did.
to it. We're back to the toxicology. Okay.
And there's a part we know that the GHB, we know they tested, they requested testing for that.
Yes, right here. The very first one in this area. They tested for that. Expanded blood forensics, urinalysis, screen. Specimens received of both peripheral blood and urine. Samples and volumes and weight are approximations. There's that damn word again. Approximations.
I'm telling you.
Approximate time.
They throw us with that. They throw us with that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Specimens received on 9/14. Toxicology. Now, if they received her at the medical examiner's office on the 10th, and toxicology got the specimens on the 14th. 4 days later. Page 2. Detailed findings. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Ethanol, 112. Report limit, 10. In the peripheral blood. This one, the analysis was done by Headspace, GC. BAC, blood alcohol concentration, also confirms at 0.112. Also confirms 0.010. Also in the peripheral blood, done by the same company, Headspace, GC. Now, the caffeine was positive at a very low rate of 0.20 in the peripheral blood, but was done by an entirely different company, LCTOF-MS.
And so let me ask y'all this. How many of y'all, because we saw her, we made a big deal about the Red Bull. So how many of y'all believing that the Red Bull was the caffeine? Like, I mean, are y'all thinking that's where the caffeine came from? Because we saw her drinking one, right? So y'all think the caffeine
could have come from the Red Bull?
Out of everything that she was into that night, that's the only thing that makes sense.
Right.
Unless it's something.
She certainly wasn't drinking coffee. Yeah.
Right. No, it wasn't no coffee. And then, of course, we just discussed the 3,000. But then I want to get down into those reference comments. This bothers me.
Okay.
So in these comments, they gave us 3 items, okay? The first one said caffeine, and then in parentheses said no dose. We all know what caffeine is, so ain't no need of going over that. Then number 2 was the alcohol coming from ethanol. We know this. Then the third one was topiramate, and then Topamax.
Mm-hmm.
We learned a lot about Topiramate. You know, John just went over it again. But I think one of the issues that I took with this part of the report was the fact that next to caffeine, it had no dose. Now, how many of y'all familiar with no dose? With what no dose are? Because I used to take it when I drove to Atlanta. It would keep me woke. So why would they word this like that? Because if we're thinking that the caffeine came from the Red Bull ain't got no dose in it. Why they put no dose on the report? Can somebody explain that to me?
Right.
Because I'm thinking, of course, we know alcohol. We just covered that. Alcohol is a downer. Topamax, downer. No dose, them bring you up, baby.
Right. Just the opposite.
It does the opposite. So why would they tell us that no dose is associated with this caffeine in her system? Really? So we got two downers and one upper. I wonder what order that came in. Go ahead.
Let me ask you. So, I'm not sure if they are familiar that she had, that energy drink, and they were trying to figure out what was this caffeine that she took, and maybe they just assumed, or
you can't assume no toxicology. Oh well, no, well,
you
look, think that, boss?
No. I mean, we know where it came from. We know where I think I know where it came from. It came from the damn energy drink. You know what I'm saying? So you think they, out of a toxicology report, you think they can just pinpoint it was an energy drink? You think they can do that? Is it possible?
So my thing is this: if you couldn't narrow it down, why put no dose next to it? No dose ain't the only thing. Hell, Excedrin migraines is nothing but caffeine pills.
Because exactly what you just said. They couldn't narrow it down, so they just threw that up there. I mean,
you can't just put in some because it. Oh no, boss.
Listen,
come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
It's a lot of shit in this goddamn report that I feel is wrong or fabricated. So why would you don't know what the fuck they put in here? Look at that time they put in Shamaya report. Remember that? Yo, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Don't goddamn time in there, can they? But they did. You feel me? So you can't put shit past them.
Right. I feel you. And Hugh, let me tell you something, because because when we discussed this part, I went looking for no dose. I wanted to know what exactly was going on with the no dose. I got it. And there's 200 milligrams in each caffeine pill. Let me see. Can I share my screen?
No,
John?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Come right on back to you.
Let me see if I can get y'all together. So these. I mean, it's straight caffeine, 200 milligrams, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I look for what is it, it said 200 milligrams of caffeine that gives you a boost of energy to help you stay awake, stay alert, and get stuff done. 200 milligrams of caffeine is equivalent to 2 cups of coffee or 1 energy shot. So, like I've seen people in the chat, they saying you take them to stay up. It brings you up. But somebody asked about the ingredients to Red Bull. And guess what? I was already on it. I was already on that. Yeah, I was like, wait, here. Wait, hold on. Let me pull it back up. Let me get y'all together. It's this. I mean, it's a lot of big words. You see it. But I highlighted caffeine. So it's caffeine in it, but I just don't understand why did they specifically list that in the report?
Mm-hmm.
Big Steak said corrected report because there's a I was about to say, John, we can get into that because we had a final report and then we had an amended report.
Yes, we did.
And then we kind of took out the differences, what was different in each one. Here, and I'll stop sharing my screen, John.
Okay. So here is the reference comment for Topiramate or Topiramate under a different name in the peripheral blood. Now, typically, Topiramate is an anticonvulsant drug with central nervous system depressant effects. The majority of epileptic patients take 200 to 400 milligrams of Topiramate daily. Had mean trough serum Topiramate concentrates between 2,400 and 8,000 nanograms. Now, we were only talking about 3,000 just a moment ago.
Right.
Look at the dosage here. This would be almost typical of in the Topiramate concentrates, serum concentrates, that is, under the same drug. In nanograms, we're talking about less than 1 milligram, far less than 1 milligram, half a milligram, if it's in tablet or powder form. Topiramate may also be used as a treatment for migraines, 25 to 100 milligrams daily, and to promote weight loss at 23 to 92 milligrams daily. The blood to plasma ratio for Topiramate varies depending on the concentration, but typically is greater than 2. Now, the common adverse effects include somnolence, dizziness, impaired memory and concentration, nausea, and diarrhea.
And I think, do y'all remember in the beginning, and I can't remember exactly where it came from, but it was like a story that came out like, she was seizing or she started shaking real bad, and I'm thinking like, we know Topiramate is an anti-seizure, type of drug. And in the back of my mind, I was always wondering if that was given to her to help her in some way. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep,
because when you think about the caffeine, like I said, I'm riding with this no-dose because they put it in the report. But I get where y'all at with it. We don't know what to trust. And see, that's where we at with this. You don't know what to trust. But yeah, like in the back of my mind, I always felt like, was this Topiramate given to her to help her in some way? I mean,
Yeah. And Shamina, you bring up a very good point. Remember the MEs saying they wouldn't make a determination on her report until they saw the videos. And that drove me crazy. I said, what?
Wow. Oh, wow.
So here we have the completed work order that was signed out on 9/27, 2017, 8/21 by Denise Team, certified scientist. Obviously under the name, patient's name modified the 26th on 9/26 under Kanika Jenkins with the physician pathologist named Dr. Howell. All this goes over analysis, summary, and reporting limits, so to speak. But
right.
And these are all the different tests, all coded. GHB test for the peripheral blood that were done. Reporting limits for the Topiramate, acetone, ethanol, and all the other tests that were done based on compounds such as amphetamines, barbiturates, cannabinoids, cocaine, metabolites,
And
all these
so,
tests.
these were just tests done, correct? For
Yes.
the amphetamines and stuff like that?
Yeah, for the additional drug compounds.
Right. So they tested for all this,
Mhm.
not that it was actually in her system.
Correct.
Okay, got you.
That is correct. That is clearly correct.
Mm.
These were all the analysis, summary, and reporting limits for each test. See it here?
Yeah.
Each test, compounds listed, included in the scope, right there. These were tests. When they checked it out and ran the circuit, especially this one, for the GHB, come on, we get the final report. And here is the final report that was given to the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office. 9/27 report date. Autopsy date was done on the 10th. Under Kanika Jenkins, black female 19. Confirmed positives. What do you see?
Not nothing.
What are you seeing here over here? What did they find?
Absolutely nothing. My grandma used to be like, not a nothing. I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what?
Wait a minute.
Not a nothing.
Ran all these tests.
Okay.
Got this sucker done. They get a report date of 9/27, 2017. Wait a minute. Nothing? Yeah. Okay. All right. So the comments that come back from the subcontracted tests, see the NMS report for results based on the urine screen, postmortem toxicology, GHB, comments. GHB got verbal approval from Dr. A. We'll find out who Dr. A is in a minute.
And I couldn't understand, like, they was real big on trying to figure out whether GHB was in her system.
Mm-hmm.
And that's considered like a date rape drug,
Yes.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
Why were they so adamant? They, you know, what made them think that it could possibly be that in her system? What? Because, I mean, why?
I guess from, the way they found her, her clothes half off of her.
But if you've been given footage showing her walking straight to a freezer, why would you need a date rape drug tested on her? I mean, that's just something I'm thinking. I don't know.
It's a good question. It's a good question.
But it seemed like it was important to them because they needed an approval to get it. I want to know what made them think it was that.
All right. Oh, wait a minute. Look at here.
Mm.
An amended toxicology report comes in after the final report. The report date is now October 5th. From the 10th to the 5th. And now we get confirmed positives of what?
Alcohol.
Alcohol.
Mm.
Alcohol only. No Topiramate, no GHB, barbiturates, amphetamines, cannabinoids, nothing. Just ethanol. In an amended report that took an extra week for them to fill out.
So they went from having nothing, reporting nothing. And then about a week later, y'all gonna tell me this
Here
right
they
here.
Come. That's right.
And that's why a lot of people, I see it in the chat, a lot of people don't trust the reports.
Right.
How can you? Look at what they did.
Exactly. And all this is evidence that is now in court. Is now in court and will be challenged.
I'm waiting on the details to come out from that. I'm hoping this. Yeah.
This was signed off by Imad Zachariah, October 5th.
She said amended with a higher alcohol level, 112 to 157. Oh, okay. Right. We talked about that, remember?
Mhm.
We talked. And the difference was, because like I said, we talked about this. We do a lot of work behind the scenes, you know, and we discussed this. And one of the things that that I found odd, because you know, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This right here, this medical stuff, this is not my area, baby.
Yeah, this is
You
tough
know,
to get through.
so it was like you got to simplify this for me. And one of the things we pulled out was that, was it vitreous humor? So the first time they took a sample of her blood, but then now they're talking about this vitreous humor.
Right. And a vitreous humor. I thought I had it up here. Yeah, there we go. Just so everyone knows what a vitreous humor is, so you'll have a clear understanding. Let me see if I can get this right. Come back. Oh, I was screen sharing already. Okay.
LB, yeah. That threw me because I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. There it is.
So then I thought, why would they take?
It's the gelatin behind the eyeball is where they extracted blood.
Right.
Right up in here. That jelly-like substance.
I wonder, is that a normal procedure? Is that, I mean, do they normally do that? Or was this an exception?
I have no idea.
You know what I mean? Like, why do that?
Right.
I don't
Not
know.
Not the arm, not the leg, not that. And you're drawing blood, and they're getting it from the gelatin substance that's right behind the eyeball. Interesting.
I don't understand that. And I wanted to know whether or not that was tied to that cerebral edema. But I guess we'll get to, I mean, you know. You know how I do when I get to it. But remember, she had cerebral edema which was brain swelling. So I didn't know if maybe that had something to do with why they, I don't know.
So yeah, one report came back. And here we go to the pathological findings. Cold exposure found in a walk-in freezer under investigation. And I hadn't said this word in a long time. Was Chesney Nevsky lesions in the stomach. But the first and foremost is cold exposure. And then the ethanol and topiramate intoxication.
Right.
Ethanol in the peripheral blood at 112 milligrams. Ethanol in the vitreous humor. I don't know what that is. At a higher level, at a much higher level, topiramate in the peripheral blood at 3,000 nanograms. Visibility impaired is under investigation. Well, why did,
And then superficial blunt force injuries.
Right. And that is the abrasion to the lateral right ankle, contusion of the posterolateral right leg. So
her right side was bruised up.
On the right side.
On the right side. And so which side? Okay, wait.
Let me see if I can
She
go back.
was laying on her left, right?
Correct. She was on her left side when they found her. Let me just go back here for a second.
But the right. Okay. So the right, there was the bruising to the. Okay.
Okay. Going to get into a hard picture. If you can see it. Okay.
Yeah.
So when we get to that portion of the autopsy, covering item number 4, cerebral edema, non-specific. Now here, the medical doctor, which is under a fellowship, and just want to show you, here she is, Dr. Kirsten Howell, MD of Chicago. She's the one who performed the autopsy on Kanika. Gets to cerebral edema non-specific. Why can't you explain your finding? What the cerebral edema is, how it was caused, where it came from.
I wonder what that is that they said was going on with her right lung. It's almost like she took a beating on the right side. Can that happen? Oh man, wait a minute. Hold up.
And as you can see, there's
Let me look that up.
Powerful brain swelling here. In fact, the whole face is swollen.
Looks swole.
In the position that they found her in on the left side and pulling her up to take these pictures, moving the body without the medical examiner being present is another compromising of the death investigation. Finding her in a almost like a fetal position, semi-fetal position on her left side. Obviously, they are now giving us items of redaction here. The side that she was on where her wristwatch is.
Right, so that would have been her left side. But it seemed like both of, her right leg was bruised up, and then she got something going on with her right lung. That goes back to that fight.
It would go back to something that was very rough.
Rough.
Yeah.
Because when you talk about the cerebral edema, that comes from what? The traumatic brain injuries, the TBIs.
Definitely a TBI.
Assault, hard falls, things like that, like
being slammed around.
Even strangulation.
Yes, even strangulation can definitely cause the brain to swell as well. But she comes back with this autopsy report that says non-specific. Many things could have occurred that could have allowed the brain to swell, but I can't determine which it is. Is what she's saying.
Right.
Is exactly what she's saying. Her throat wasn't cut because there'd be blood all over the place and all over her body. It would be a mess. That would be something else.
Yeah, I just don't understand that.
Yeah. And then most definitely you can see rigor starting to take form.
Yeah.
A lot of this is tough, and I'm going to try to quickly go through this part because this is not a good part I like to go through, or in 54 Keyz and even Boss Blake. It's very tough for them to have made these photos like that.
Right.
But it gives you an idea, much clearer idea. Being on the left side, pants halfway down, pockets turned inside out. The position of her right arm straight up in the air. She definitely, for 21 hours, was by herself.
I don't know if I can go with that.
Could have been more or less.
I think, well, I'm referring to how long she was in that freezer. I go back and forth about this, man, because You know, 21 hours, that's a long time.
It is. It is. And Humongous just said that, with the redaction process, these photos may have been touched up, give us
Yeah.
the appearance that it's a little bit cleaner than
Right.
we're looking at it, from that perspective. Not to make the photos look so rough.
Because it had to fit the narrative. How could they give us the rough photos? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Those rough photos go with what I believe to be a fight.
Yeah.
Like I think that there was some type of struggle. She fought. I really believe that. She fought.
I'm under the same impression. And she
Mm,
was placed here
yep.
as a final
I
resting
think that
place
too.
because now when all is said and done, and we keep hearing downstairs in the basement, downstairs in the basement, downstairs in the basement,
Right.
you can also take a careful look at the this freezer component here, and you find footprints of all kinds in here. We don't know if it's a partially the police or person or persons who was
Right.
responsible for putting her here and closing the door.
And see, and that's what I'm saying with all these discrepancies, and then when we went over that FOIA, it's
Yes.
it's like were they protected under the FOIA? Like, I mean, because the bullshit that they gave us just confused the masses. It did. We
Big
got
time.
these amended reports, we got stuff ain't in the report, and they said they tested for GHB, but at no point in that report did I see what the conclusion was. So was it just not in there? I mean,
Right.
y'all needed an approval to get it, but
Definitely.
yet you didn't tell us what the results were, and I still want to know why they even wanted that. But it's like, yeah, this.
Yeah, and then this autopsy being handled by a medical doctor in practice for her certification for medical examiner. This Kirsten E. for Erica Howell, MD. She has to perform 200 to 250 autopsies under a fellowship at the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office in order for her to get her certification as a medical examiner. She has to be supervised by another medical examiner, assistant medical examiner, to make sure that she follows basic proper protocol procedures on performing an autopsy. So this is her opinion. This is a very short opinion compared to
Right.
her findings. Very short, not even 2 pages long. This 19-year-old black female, Kanika L. Jenkins, died of hypothermia due to coal exposure in a walk-in freezer. Ethanol and topiramate intoxication were significant contributing factors in her death. According to investigation, the decedent was found unresponsive in a freezer of the walk-in dual compartment cooler and freezer unit, which was located, and this turned my, oh man, this piss me off because I'm saying a medical examiner has to give reason in her opinion as to where she was found. According to the investigation, decedent was found unresponsive in a freezer in a walk-in dual compartment cooler and freezer unit, which was located in an unused kitchen of the hotel, not Crown Plaza Hotel, of the hotel. Police and emergency medical personnel determined that the decedent was dead at the scene. Video surveillance recorded the decedent entering the kitchen alone at approximately 03:32 hours on September 9th, 2017. But recordings did not clearly show her entering the hotel walk-in dual compartment cooler and freezer unit. She does make a statement here to say that they saw visibly that the recordings did not clearly show her entering the hotel walk-in dual compartment cooler and freezer unit. She was discovered unresponsive in the freezer approximately 21 hours after she was documented entering the kitchen.
I don't know why, but that 21 hours really bothers me. And I think, and I told you this before, when I go back to that key log report, the lock to room 926 was off by about 21 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That 21 just stands out to me, man. I don't know why, but it does. May mean something, may mean nothing.
Yeah. Per investigation, the walk-in dual compartment cooler and freezer unit was operational. Although not currently in use by the hotel. The doors of both the cooler and freezer had external handles that must be pulled to open, and both doors were equipped with a circular functional internal door opening mechanism. The freezer was empty. The temperature within the freezer, walk-in freezer, was 34 degrees. Okay, you had to have 34 in there. Fahrenheit, approximately 2 hours after discovery. Note the doors of the cooler and freezer had been open for approximately 2 hours when this temperature was recorded. The freezer had the capacity to go to 8 degrees Fahrenheit. Uh-huh. And it's funny. When they received Kanika, you'll notice in this particular autopsy, the medical examiner, the doctor, MD, practicing for their pathology and medical examiner certification, doesn't write down what Kanika's body temperature was in the autopsy, and I found that quite troubling.
You said we didn't get a body temperature?
We
right?
did not. They upon reception on the 10th, as soon as they received her, no body temperature was recorded in this autopsy. How do we know she was frozen? With the doors open 2 hours prior to that, even still. Postmortem toxicology was remarkable for ethanol, which was identified in the peripheral blood at a concentration of 112 milligrams, and in the vitreous humor at a concentration of 157. Topiramate was also identified in the peripheral blood at a concentration of 3,000 nanograms. These drugs can cause increased somnolence, impaired memory and concentration, poor coordination, confusion, and impaired judgment, just like the definition I just got finished reading you on Google. Central nervous system depression combined with cold exposure can hasten the onset of hypothermia and death. Cause of death, hypothermia due to cold exposure in a walk-in freezer. Topiramate intoxications as significant contributory conditions. And here is the ultimate call for this autopsy from this doctor. Manner of death, accident. When nothing was proven, it was an accident. Not a damn thing was proven for this to be an accident. This is just her opinion.
Yeah, she was wrong. I mean, that's where I'm at with this. I mean, nah, this was no accident.
Yeah, and we know what opinions are, right? Not fact. Just her opinion.
I don't believe this was an accident, man.
Yeah. This was signed off on October 6th, one day after toxicology report was completed. Supervisor signed off by Kirsten Escobar Alvarenga, MD, Assistant Medical Examiner. So there is no Assistant Medical Examiner at the Cook County Medical Examination Office by the name of Island Girl 49.
What?
Don't laugh. Someone
Wait, what?
someone said that they were the assistant medical examiner that received Kanika during the time that she entered the Cook County Medical Examiner's office.
Man, get out
It's
of here.
supposed to be someone that's on YouTube by the name of Island Girl. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But they couldn't remember a damn thing.
I don't believe that.
Couldn't remember a damn thing.
So why do you think, I mean, because we see how everything was put together, certain things missing, certain things it's just not right. It's clear to a lot of us. It's not right. Why do you think they thought they would be able to get away with this? I mean, well, hell, for 5 years, they didn't, got us out here still like this. But why do you think they did it the way they did it, if that makes sense?
Right.
Why?
Well, I mean, when you take a look at this in its entirety, what a hotel that has a situation like this going on, their main business is profit. This becomes a liability. Murder, homicide becomes a liability. So the best way to reduce liability, obviously, that's what you're going to do first, is to determine whether this was a murder, homicide, or an accident. Which holds the lesser liability in this case?
Accident.
You see? And so with the police doing the job as we saw them do in the video surveillance footage, that can't be taken away. We saw what they did, compromise a death investigation crime scene. Okay. Oops. Their mistake, but it was done. They're looking for ways to reduce liability. That was the hotel's first and foremost objective, is to reduce their loss because of this situation happening.
Right.
Police are called in to investigate. They're communicating to the police that she got in there all by herself. She walked into the freezer all by herself. That's how she got there.
That's why I don't believe the footage.
Right.
I feel like if that's what they told us, then they had to tell her everything to fit that. And then we pointed out inconsistencies within that statement that should have been corrected, but was not.
Yeah, exactly.
So then again, you have to question what else is wrong that you guys failed to correct. I don't trust it. I don't. And that's why I know a lot of us are waiting on the details to come out in that civil suit.
Yes.
I think we'll learn more.
Yeah, that's going to be very telling.
Oh, man. And we're going to be waiting. And I think when Miss Teresa comes out and drop those little jewels like justice is coming, she can't say too much.
Right.
But I always pay attention to what she is saying.
Exactly. And it's all because, let me see if I can grab this tab, if I have it up. Yeah, it's all because of this.
Miss Harmony, absolutely. Homicide would complicate things. It would.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That would have stopped the Murray Brothers Caddyshack restaurant. It would have put a lot of brakes on their business contract with them. Because the kitchen was under construction to be converted into that restaurant. So they spent a lot of money already under construction, work in progress, and now you have a situation like this show up. It's too much of a liability to deal with it. They were supposed to open it in December. This happened in September. They were delayed until April of the following year before they opened.
Right.
Yeah. So they got together with the Village of Rosemont attorneys and said, okay, what can we do? Here's what they did. Right here. This falls under the Privacy Act. Kanika Jenkins' Freedom of Information Disclosure, which came with the case file. And once again, we're just reminding you so that everyone knows what we've been looking at, what we've been studying, and what we've been taking apart. Pursuant to Illinois Freedom of Information Act, Village of Rosemont has published its public record pertaining to the Kenneka Jenkins death investigation on its website. These public records consist of computer information system documents, police reports, and scans/images, computer information system log entries, surveillance video footage from the Crown Plaza Hotel September 8th through the 10th of 2017, enhanced images of the Crown Plaza Hotel surveillance video footage, Ferroscan, videography depicting the believed path of Kenneka Jenkins, audio, 911 audio, evidence technician photographs, and photographs of the Crown Plaza Hotel parking sign. Here's the part in which takes precedence in this document. This is what they did. Pursuant to the sections listed here in the FOIA, attorneys representing the Village of Rosemont have redacted from these records certain information consisting of private information. Example, unique identifiers, social security numbers, driver's license numbers, financial information, personal addresses, personal emails, personal telephone numbers, etc., etc. Personal information contained within public records, the disclosure of which would constitute a clearly unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. Portions of evidence technician photos depicting Kenneka Jenkins, forensic cellular phone examinations of private individuals, and information in law enforcement records, the disclosure of which would unavoidably disclose the identity of persons who filed a complaint with or provided information to law enforcement, or which would endanger the life or physical safety of another person. Hence, Village of Rosemont recognizes that these redactions are discretionary under this Section 7 of the Freedom of Information Act, and has exercised its discretion and made judgment calls based on the information redacted.
I think that was, yeah.
So they were able to do what they were able to do in reference to this case file, to make it public, is to redact it, edit, modify it, change it.
And I think that's why we out here like this.
Yes.
Whatever it is they took out, added, whatever, it just turned this into a mess. You know, and that's why, to me, it's important to break down the details, because again, the devil is in the details.
Devil is in the details. And that right there, from what I just got finished reading, is the devil itself. That's how they were able to publish all that, put it on a website, and let us go crazy over it.
They
for the last
did.
5
And they
years.
still got us going crazy. You
Right.
know? And that's my thing. I'm not really understanding why some people are at odds. We're looking at the same shit.
Yeah, exactly.
We all have the same thing. You know,
Exactly.
so it's just trying to make sense of the nonsense. It's
Mhm.
hard. And
is.
sometimes we're gonna get it wrong. I mean, you look how long we've been at it.
Yeah, for 5 years. Teresa's been in court for the battling motions back and forth in this civil case just to get to trial, folks, for the last 4 years. Just to get to trial. And they've been dragging, hoping she gets tired, hoping she gets overstressed out.
Right.
No, I can't take this anymore. I'm throwing up my hands. I'll never get my answer. These people are liars, and I just can't take this anymore. I've got to get my life back. But you know
Right.
something? She's still in court. She's
Still
still
fighting.
standing strong. That's right.
Still fighting. From the moment we saw her in that lobby, until today. She's still fighting, y'all. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Nobody's been held accountable. Now, I know some of us believe in the whole street justice and things like that, but I feel like the people connected to the hotel, ain't nothing happened to them.
But we have been hearing a lot about street justice happening to a number of people who were at that party. I think his name is
Yep.
Trevante Howard.
We
No
lost
longer
quite a
with
few.
us.
We lost quite a few.
Yeah,
Mike.
Mike
Yep.
is gone. I think Little Ty
Lil
is
Ty.
gone.
Yep. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
sad. It's sad. But
Big Ty from Ty's Live, he's in jail and is going to be locked up for a very, very long time. We're losing a lot of people that were involved in this case. So justice in and of itself is just coming in different ways. But the case goes on.
It goes on.
Case goes on.
And as long as it goes on, we still ride.
Exactly.
We got to.
Exactly.
We got to. Now, I know, I dib and dab in other cases, and then I might come back and do a couple. I'll never forget about Kanika. Ever.
Neither will I.
Ever. And I promise you, I'm going to be front and center when that civil suit, when I get more details. I think that's my issue. We're not getting any more details. And some of the details, like even that we covered tonight, has been so misconstrued. People then flipped it, rubbed it, turned it upside down. Like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm. So tonight we've covered the devil in the details. We tried to cover as much as we could in 3 sessions with you to get to this point.
Right.
The round table is going to continue, not only with this case, but to bring you new cases that we're taking a look at right now. I believe the Anderson case is a major brand new case that we're looking into. So we will definitely be back with some updates and highlights on that going forward.
And I would like to say this too, because of course the next roundtable is going to be over on my channel.
Yes.
And we want to do something different. I want to make it about y'all. You understand what I'm saying? I want to make it about the subscribers. And so what we'll be offering on that particular day, I haven't chose day yet. So, but what we're going to do is allow people to come up here, but bring your receipts with you.
That's the only way you're going to be allowed on the panel.
That's the only way you can come up. Bring your receipts with you.
That is going to be your ticket on the panel is your receipts.
Let's go. And we riding, baby. And the thing of it is, I don't care what your opinion is. I don't care what it is you believe. If you have details that go with it, I want to hear it. Let's talk about it.
There you go. And
but I will say this. Let me give y'all a disclaimer. Because we'll have our own receipts. So I don't want to turn it into like a back and forth. It's going to be very respectful, But we want y'all on the panel. We want y'all to host the round table.
Right.
But bring your receipts with you. And let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Absolutely. From 54 Keys, Mr. Boss Blake and myself, thank you all for joining us for a special roundtable session 3 live. The devil's in the details. Thank you all for joining us. We will keep you posted on the next roundtable. Much love goes out to everyone. Thank you to all my moderators for holding it down. Double rainbows. Much love to you and everyone who's joined us here tonight, making session number 3 a success.
We thank you.
Prayers and love go out to the Jenkins family, Miss Teresa Martin.
Absolutely.
Most certainly. We'll see you next time on the roundtable.
We riding, baby.
Here we go.